Today, you and I are gonna learn how to make more money. I'm gonna cover a lot of different topics, so whether you're 10 years old or 99 years old or anything in between, this will work, except for anything after that, because one of the prerequisites is you actually have to be alive. So regardless at what stage you are in your life or your career, whether you're young and hopeful, ready to conquer this world, or you're in your 30s, bitter and miserable because you didn't amount to anything like me, this will work. After watching this video, you will be able to make more money. There's hope for us yet. And this is my favorite way to make some extra money. Ready? What? Oh snap! Hi, my name is Andrei Jikh, and I wanted to make this video for anybody who wants to make more money. So basically everybody, but I'm not gonna teach you how to do Amazon FBA or YouTube affiliate links or anything crazy. I'm not gonna show off my Lamborghinis and mansions, which I don't have. This is just a free video meant to be a beginner guide on how to make smart money decisions that will affect you for the rest of your life, regardless at what age and stage you are in life. So having said that, let's dive in. Now this applies to really any age, but this is especially true between ages 10 to 17. Took me a while to understand, but when it comes to making money, the luckiest people in this world, besides the people that are actually born into money, are those that find a passion really early on in life. Because most people will spend anywhere between a third to a half of their entire lifetime trying to look for something that gives them meaning. And statistically speaking, if you're watching this video, that's probably you. You are now probably trying to find your special unicorn that's gonna give you joy and fulfillment. Now, I was one of the lucky few people who at a really young age, at 12 years old, I knew that I loved card tricks, I loved magic, I loved cinema, I loved making movies, I loved storytelling, personal finance, money, all of those things I absolutely loved, and I stuck with them. And all this means is that I had a 10-year start on most people trying to get good at something. I don't think I'm good at anything just yet. I'm just saying that I had 10 years worth of trying to get good at something. While most of my friends were off partying, having fun, dating, I decided to throw it all away.
For money.
No, I'm kidding. All of this is of course in moderation, but at this point in your life, you should be chasing that thing, finding out what that thing that you love really is. And you can do that by exposing yourself to a lot of different people, cultures, places, jobs, just so you understand what is out there in this world. And it's at this point in your life, if you can realize this one simple truth that I'm about to tell you, then you will be rich far quicker than anyone else in the world. And I know it sounds like I'm about to sell you something, but I promise I'm not. And the truth is, life is not about finding something you love doing for the rest of your life and making tons of money with it like we're told. I'm sure you've heard the quote, do something you love and you'll never feel like you're working a day in your life. In fact, I've even said that quote in some of my videos. And while I do believe that that's the truth, I don't think that it applies to everybody all the time. Let me explain. If you're not one of the few lucky people who has found what they love early in life, then stop trying to find a job that you see yourself loving so much. Because realize, what you love will change throughout your life. And if you make the thing you love your job, then it won't be something you love anymore. It'll just become a job like anything else. That's what happened with me, magic, cardistry. It became my job and I stopped loving it. So instead, think of finding a job that's gonna pay you the most amount of money that you can get to the quickest, that you see yourself hating the least. If I knew that earlier, if I only came to that realization sooner, my net worth would literally be triple what it is right now. I would have gone to college, I would have gotten that lucrative college degree in either the finance, business, or tech space, maybe gone to nursing school, and I would have done all of that completely for free using the Montgomery GI Bill. And if you don't know what that is, it's amazing. Let me tell you all about it. If you're between the ages of 17 to 35, you can do this. Depending on how long you enlist for and the job that you choose, the military will cover up to $50,000. 50 big uns to pay for your college education, and all you have to do is pay $100 per month your first year of service. That's it. And the military doesn't just pay for college either. They'll pay for on-the-job training, and they'll even pay for certifications. And the best part is that you don't even have to go to the military full-time. You can go part-time because it's eligible for weekend warriors, which are people in the reserves and the National Guard, which are people like to call weekend warriors because they're in the military part-time. In fact, I know somebody who goes to work full-time and they're also a weekend warrior and they get all the benefits. It's amazing. I'm actually trying to get my girlfriend Corey to seriously consider doing this, and she is considering doing it. I don't know if she actually will. I'd do it myself, but ladies first, and I'm not about to put myself in danger. No, I'm kidding. It is not dangerous if you do this right, and I realize this all sounded like some government-sponsored message. I promise I'm not affiliated or paid by the US government. I'm not a government spy for the USA. But if you're watching this video, you're probably gonna ignore all of that advice, but then 15 years from now, you're gonna look back and think to yourself, I should have done that. But seriously, please consider doing this because it is literally free money. And phase 2, the next phase of your life, you'll find yourself between the ages of 18 to 24. These are your college years. And when you turn 18, before getting yourself a Roth IRA, I want you to do this. Realize that all the ideas that you had will crumble before your very eyes. The friends that you thought you'd hold forever will disappear and move on with their lives. The hopes and the dreams that you had will be sold to the lowest bidder for financial security, and the world that you sought to change and conquer will humble all the ideas you thought were original. This is all before getting your author. Oh, what was that? I don't even know where that came from. Oh my God. Yeah, this is all before getting your Roth IRA. I think I'm slowly becoming the Joker. Smash the like button for the true. In all seriousness, set yourself up to become a millionaire by creating either a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA, both of which I've discussed on my channel. They're very similar, but I did a tutorial on how you can do this with the M1 Finance app. You can literally do all of it on your phone in 10 minutes. Trust me, worth it. The second thing you need to do is to avoid debt at all costs. Do not leave your home state to go somewhere else to get the same job you can get in your original state. I've had so many of my friends leave our home state of Nevada, go to Arizona to come back with $50,000 of student loans just so they can become a teacher. Now I realize you want to take a break from your parents, you want to be independent, but trust me when I say this is precisely the wrong thing to do. At this point in time, you may not realize just how important your parents are to helping you. You may also not realize just how much money $50,000 is when you're watching YouTube and you're seeing 19 and 20-year-olds making 6 figures, 5 figures a month. Just how much is 50K really? It's a lot. You're gonna be paying off that $50,000 for decades on end. So if you do go into debt, please make sure that it's worth your time. And better yet, just don't get into debt. Get all the scholarship money, live with your parents, thank them for it. Go to community college, get your free classes and all the prerequisites out of the way, and you'll save so much money, it's not even funny. I did all that, and then I dropped out. Couldn't keep my college grades up, lost my scholarship, my parents were really upset with me, and that was nicht gut, ja?
Nein.
While you're going to college, you're gonna change your mind 15,000 times like I did. I went from police officer to firefighter to pararescueman to professional cuddler to I have no idea what I want to do for the rest of my life. So consider getting a job that has no ceiling. That means a job that is based more on your results rather than the amount of time and physical hours that you have to put into it. For example, if you worked for Google making a fat salary of $200,000 a year, which very few of us will ever get to unless we're exceptionally talented, and even then that $200,000 salary will be capped at pretty much that because there's only so many hours in the day that you can work that job, versus something like building a business, a real estate agent, or even being on YouTube where there is no income limit and our work is not directly tied to the amount of hours that we put in. Once the work is done, it's done, and you can collect that passive income for many years. The downside though is that even though it works, it will cost your sanity because it can take years before you start to make any money at all. But once you do, it takes off and it's all YouTube money after that. But if you will go to college and get that degree, make it valuable. Make it computer science, business administration, engineering, or anything in the medical field. Thank me later. And phase 3 is between ages 25 to 30 years old. And this is when you'll be finding your first career job. So start strong, and I hope it's nothing less than between $40,000 to $50,000 per year. This is the perfect time to be negotiating with the person hiring you. And you need to absolutely do that, because if you start too low, it's gonna take you several years just to catch up to someone who spent the extra hour just to ask for more money. And that's exactly what happened to me. It's so awkward to negotiate. I just don't like it. So I started that career off with $12 per hour, editing videos for people. And it took me between 2 to 3 years just to get up to $20 per hour. But then they hired somebody on the spot and they started them off with $20 per hour. And they didn't have to work the extra 2 to 3 years like I did. And all I had to do was, hey, want to start at $12 per hour? No, I heard the starting position for what I do is around $20 to $25 per hour. Is that within your budget? Yeah, we can work with that. There, I just saved you a bunch of money on your car insurance by not switching to Geico. But I didn't do any of this because I didn't have this video and because I'm
dumb.
And phase 4 is between ages 31 to 54. These are your prime peak earnings years. And this is the most important phase, mostly because there are no more phases left and it becomes the most important one by default, but also because it's the phase where we make up for lost ground for all the poor decisions that we've made throughout our life. And we can do this one of two ways, either use one method or combine both of these methods for more effect. And the first method is negotiations. And like I've said before, sometimes all it takes is for you to just ask. And other times you'll have to prove it, show some worth, show some data, and show how much money you've made the company. Sometimes you have to put some work into it. But other times people think, if the company has budget and room to wiggle and negotiate with me, that means their goal is to pay me less money. And that is not a company that I want to work for. And I can see some logic in that, which is why my favorite way of making more money and increasing my salary is method number 2. And method number 2, job hopping. It's when you start hopping on the job, and then your employer starts to think you're crazy, so they're forced to fire you, and then you start to collect unemployment paychecks. Do this 5 more times, passive income, profit. I'm just kidding. That's not at all what job hopping means. That'd be hilarious though. Job hopping is the idea that you should not stay at any single position or company longer than 3 to 5 years. This is especially true if you're starting a new job. You want to be thinking of ways to progress and move forward by shifting around. Now, there are rules and ways to do this tactfully. You don't just quit your job and then find the next one that will have you. You have to be careful about how you do this. Otherwise, your resume is just going to look like a sketchy girlfriend or sketchy boyfriend who doesn't know what he or she wants and is afraid of commitment. In other words, not at all me. So look at your current situation. Are you moving around? If you are, that's a good sign, because then you are far more valuable to your employer, because then you have more experience dealing with different aspects of the company, and you get to make different strategic partnerships with different departments of the company. And the people at the top, the chief executive positions, the CIOs, the CTOs, the CFOs, the UFOs, the people with the biggest salaries, are not always the smartest or the most talented people in the company by far. If anything, they're the people that can do the most amount of jobs, and they're able to provide solutions to many problems because of their vast experience and network within the company. They're basically really, really good babysitters because they can solve almost any problem. So strive to get that experience under your belt. Just like that. I don't know what that expression means. I suppose if one could keep experience anywhere, under my belt would be my first choice. And if you're not moving around in the company, then you need to be moving around in the industry. That means if you're in human resources, you need to seek out other companies that need HR. And doing this can almost always guarantee a frequent little raise between 5 to 20% every time you get a new position, because you can negotiate a slightly higher position from the previous one before. And this is because companies love to hire their competition. So if you can formulate your resume in a way that highlights highlights the value that you provide because you built their competition and you can give them insight into that. You can often negotiate these little tiny pay raises that go such a long way. This is not guaranteed, but oftentimes your competition will value your work more than your own home company. I know it's weird, it's awkward, it's uncomfortable to negotiate, but if you can spend those extra few hours face-to-face negotiating, you can retire 10 to 20 years earlier rather than feeling comfortable and not retiring 10 to 20 years earlier. And if you make your money decisions based on everything I've provided, you can retire as early as in your early 30s or even mid-20s. And that's not an exaggeration because there's a group of people called the FIRE community, Financial Independence Retire Early, which is a group of really young people who retire early by making that money, saving it, living below their means, and investing it into something like real estate or like what I'm doing with dividend blue chip stocks that pay me money passively just to exist and pay my bills. And it's an incredible feeling. And you can start investing as well by downloading the Robinhood app, claiming your free stock, downloading the Webull app, funding your account $100, grabbing 2 free stocks, one of which can be valued up to $1,400. Follow me on Instagram. Enjoy your week. Love you all, lovely people. I will see you all back here very soon. Bye-bye. Have you ever wondered, whoa, way better.